Hey you guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today is part 2 of my phone going off. Please hold. Let me turn that off. Today is part 2 of Grunt's video. So this is the second part of the video. This is the part where I'll tell you what I feed Grunt, the treats that I give him, how I clip his nails, how I feed him, his litter box situation. If you guys are interested in seeing all that, then just stay tuned. So let's move on to specifically Grunt, because Grunt is the only cat that I now have. Went from 4 to 1. A lot easier taking care of just one cat, let me tell you. So let's move into his favorite toys. And then when we talk about his favorite treats and stuff like that, I'm gonna go downstairs and we'll give him a couple treats. And then I'll tell you about like his cat litter and like his litter box and stuff like that as well. So anyway, first things first is the fun toys. So this is Grunt's first favorite toy. So when we first received Grunt, we had assumed that he lived with dogs previously because he scratched like a dog and played fetch like a dog. He answered to his name perfectly. So my dad had bought them these little, like, I don't know, these are just like little balls with tinsel on them. I don't know if you can see that. That's all it is. Grunt freaking loves this thing, and they came in all colors. So they came in like green, blue, this silver color. I can't remember, but there were a bunch of them. He only liked the silver ones. So I actually ended up saving 2 of these. They were the only 2 we had left from the house before we ended up selling my dad's house. And these have moved to Toronto and then, or from Kelowna to Toronto, Toronto to Vancouver, 3 different places, and I still have them. And I'm really, really attached to these because they remind me so much of my dad. My dad was allergic to cats, which is like unreal because he had 5. But he couldn't pet them unless he was going in the shower right after. So my dad would often pet them with his feet, which sounds kind of like bad, but he was so gentle with his, like, I don't know. Anyway, he would like snuggle with them and stuff like that, but he had to be like cautious of when he was doing it so that he could go and take a shower later, sort of thing. Anyway, my dad would pick these balls up with his toes and like throw them for the cats. And so I remember him like sitting in the dining room, picking up this ball and then throwing it, and then Grunt bringing it back to him, and then him picking it up and throwing it. So anyway, it's just like a really nice memory. And as you guys know, I'm a super like sentimental person. Something that was weird to me is that like eventually I would never own something that my dad had touched. And so having these balls and knowing that like he played with them with Grunt and like that he had like touched it kind of like makes me feel closer to him. I don't know if that's like a weird thing, but it's my thing. So anyway, that's Grunt's first toy. He doesn't play with these as much anymore. I wonder if it's because we don't have as long of a hallway as we did at my dad's house. So there's not really like much place for this to go. I mean, there is, but I don't know. He might have outgrown it, but I'm never getting rid of it. Second, this used to be attached to like one of these things, you know, and it would like dangle. He freaking loves this thing. Look how tattered this is. That's like, it's pretty old. It also used to have feathers on it, but he ripped them off. He loved the sound of this thing. He loved it. So I kept this specific attachment to that toy because the toy actually ended up breaking. I think I stepped on it by accident or something like that. But he just loved the sound of this so much. And we bought this in Toronto and I couldn't find a similar one here in Vancouver. So I just kept this, and if I put it on the floor, like he'll like bat it around or whatever, but he likes chewing on it. He likes the sound of this like crunchy shit. So he really loved this toy. But that brings me into my third toy, which are these things. He doesn't actually like this one that much. I think that the mouse, oh god, shush. I think that the mouse is a little bit too big for him, and he likes something like a little bit, well, that's kind of the same size. Or maybe like the string isn't long enough, you know, but he loves these like toy on a string things. I'll just sit there and like do this and like back and forth, and he'll be like, but unfortunately he's not like a super big fan of this specific one, and I need to find him another one. But all of the ones that I've found, the string is about this long, and I think that he needs to see only the toy and not the stick part for him to get intrigued by it. So I need like a long string so that it can like, you know, be more realistic for him, like hunter catching the prey. Morbid. He loves these things. And then fourthly, these little bitty mice. So these are a present from his godmother, which is obviously Samantha. She bought these for him, I think last year, and they have a little bit of catnip in them. So he loves these things when they're fresh out of the package, because I think that's when like the catnip is the strongest or whatever. But he'll bat these around, play with them, chomp on them. He'll like go like this with them. But he loves these little miceys, but he gets freaking wild on catnip, okay? He's like a different kind of cat on catnip. So I have to like be prepared for his craziness before I take one of these bad boys out, to plan my time accordingly. Those are his favorite toys. Oh, we tried buying him one of those like ball things with the like ferret or whatever that's supposed to like roll around. He's super scared of it. I think it's the noise he doesn't like, because it moves on its own. So I did have one of those, but he wasn't a big fan. So I think we got rid of it or something. What I do want to get him is one of those like wheel things that has the mouse inside it or whatever, and he can like bat it. I would really love to get him one of those, but he's honestly like not, I don't know. He used to play with toys a lot more, but I think he's just getting old, man. Like he's 15. Something I didn't bring up here, because like, you know what it looks like, is a laser pointer. And I'll show you a clip of him playing with the laser pointer, but that's his favorite toy, hands down. He will play with that laser pointer for like an hour, honestly. Like, and it hurts my thumb holding it quite that long. Like, you know, like pressing down that button. And obviously when you're like when you're playing with laser pointers, you have to be super careful to not shine them in your pet's eyes, obviously. But what we'll do is we'll make it seem like it's an actual bug. So I'll like have it just like crawling, and then like he'll chase after it, and then I'll move it so that it looks like it's like flying away or something like that. But I'll show you a clip anyway. But he absolutely 100% loves laser pointers. And honestly, God bless, because like he is such a noisy boy, and when he's playing with the laser pointer, he's quiet, so that's nice. Anyway, let's go downstairs. I'll show you guys a little bit more of his setup, I guess. But I just wanted to show you these toys and tell you the origin story of Grunt. Hi, lazy boy. Guess what? This video is all about you. Are you excited? All right, so this is Grunt's little food spot. So I got this mat, I think from PetSmart, I want to say. I just put it under here because he is like a wild maniac when he eats. Like, I'll be honest with you guys, this wall is usually covered in like cat food because like every time he eats, he like shakes his face and it gets all over this white like counter. Like you can see right here, I missed a spot. I tried to clean up for you guys because I wasn't trying to look like a disgusting human, but please note that it doesn't always look like this. I'm just trying to be real with you. There's usually like cat food all over here and like, like little bits over here. But anyway, this is his water dish. Obviously fresh water all the time. And then this is his food dish, and I'll fill it up literally whenever it's empty. He's not like on a strict schedule. He doesn't overeat. Like he'll just stop eating once he's full, so I don't have to worry about it too much. And he's also not on dry food, and I'll tell you guys a little bit about that like back upstairs. But yeah, so he's on wet food, and so I just fill that up, usually a half can at a time, because he won't eat it if it's not fresh. And then he just has this little mat here, and this little apparatus here is from HomeSense. I didn't like having his bowls on the floor. I wouldn't want to have to like crane my neck to eat like that. So like, why would he? So he basically is just like, I don't know, chilling with his food there, because he's not like super tall, right? So it just sits off the ground, and then he can walk up to it and have himself a little snack. Okay, so I'm not gonna go into super big detail with this because like gross, but this is Grunt's litter box. I like that it has a top to it so that some of the, I don't know, scent doesn't get out. I actually don't find that we deal with scent at all because I clean it every day. It doesn't really have time to sit there. In this big garbage can is Grunt's kitty litter, so I'll use this little garbage can for the stuff, and then I'll use that scoop there, scoop it out, sift it out, put it into the kitty garbage can, and then refill the litter with that big garbage can. So yeah, I don't like use the plastic bags. A lot of people say that they use plastic bags to like grab the poop. I just use like the sifting cat scoop. I'm not going to show you that one because it's like used obviously, and that's gross. But I'll insert a picture here of what it is. But that's what I use to like sift out his poopies. And then if I ended up having plastic bags, right now I have like a few plastic bags just from like way back before, or if I, forgot like one of my reusable bags, I'll use that to take out the cat litter, but the goal is obviously to use compostable bags instead of plastic bags. But yeah, that's his cat litter situation. Oh, and I also use clumping cat litter. I like clumping cat litter a lot better because it just clumps together and then you can sift it out. And I use unscented as well because I don't like relating scents to cat poop, if that makes sense. So this is Grunt's favorite spot. It's in the second bathroom. He loves laying on mats and towels. He loves that texture. So he'll spend a lot of his day hanging out on this carpet. And then if not, he'll be in the bed, as you saw him before. Sometimes he'll sit on a little chair in the living room, but he loves this floor. He loves this mat. So even when I take a shower, he'll be sitting out here. And then when I get out, I have to like step around him so that I don't get him wet, because obviously he doesn't like the water. He's a kitty cat. Hi, baby. He's a big baby boy, yes. And then I did also get him this little like hidey hole in this like IKEA thing. And I put a towel in there for him in case he wanted to like curl up on the towel. But he really doesn't go in here very often. And I don't know if it's because he doesn't like the placement of it. Maybe I should move this somewhere else. But see, that's the thing, is like I liked it because it was covered. Like he likes it when it's covered, and so I put it in here so that it would have a top, because this thing doesn't have a top. So yeah, but he's only been in there a couple times, I think, but I don't know. I feel like if he just gave it a chance, he would love it. So these are Grunt's favorite treats. They are the seafood medley flavor from Temptations. I haven't opened this one yet, so we're gonna open it and then I'll show you. He's gonna come running, you guys. I'm gonna try to make as little noise as possible here. Okay, so I opened the bag. Now let's go over to where he is. What's that, buddy? What is that? What is that? And I'll usually just give him a couple because too many is too many. He loves it. You want another one? He's licking my fingers. Look, they're up there. There you go, buddy. Is that tasty, buddy? No, there's no more. There's no more sweets for the baby boy. Oh, look at your gray hairs, honey. You old man. You old man. No. That's it. Oh yeah, these are his balloons too. He loves these. He'll like chew on the nubbin and then like bat it around. He just loves them. Hey, are you gonna show them how you play with your balloon? No, he just wants treats now. Look at this. Oh, okay, I'm such a pushover. I'm such a pushover. All right. That's it, though. Hi, baby. Hi. Hello. So Grunt loves this spot of the couch because the couch is pushed up a little dangerously close currently. Oh wow, that's getting a little dirty from you, isn't it? This just puts out a very like little bit of heat because I don't keep my house like super hot, but I put this little blanket like kind of close but far enough away that it's not dangerous to the heater so he can lay on it. And then he sits here and he'll put his like paws here on the wall so that they get warm from the heater. So he really likes this area of the couch. And then right next to it is his little kitty tree. So he likes to sit on top of here, and most recently actually, which he's never really done, he'll lay under here. I'm assuming because like cats like to have something that's above them because that makes them feel safe. So he'll kind of like curl himself in here and hang out there. Oh, hi. What? Is this a video all about you, baby? Is it Grunt week? Is it Grunty? In here is just a little s'more that I won from a carnival a while back. So he never goes in here anyway, because I think it's just a little bit too small for him. So he doesn't like to go in there. So I just put that little s'more in there because I think that he's cute. So these are also the nail clippers that I use to trim Grunt's nails. Yeah, you don't like those, huh? He doesn't love it, but it's better for him. Oh, you want me to snip him right now? It's better for him to have it done at home than the stress of going to the vet to get it done. And I do it, I'd say once every 2 weeks. And I just clip off the very, very tip. So like the very sharp part of his claws. And just because they get so sharp that when he's kneading me, like he'll actually like draw blood by accident. And so I'm really, really careful to not get the quick, which is where you'll hurt your animal if you cut it off. So I literally just cut like the very tip off. He's mostly just bothered by the fact that I'm like holding him, but I can actually probably, they're really, really sharp right now. So I can maybe set you guys up and then I'll show you kind of how I do it. You'll see that he's not like in pain. He's just like, let me go. Oh, that's a big baby boy. That's a big baby boy. So I'll usually give him some pets before I start, just so that he's like, everything's fine. And then I put them in my hand, and then I take his little paw and I'm like, oh, can I see this? And I push his claws out and then snip. And I just snip off the very, very tip. So I'm basically just pushing so that the claws come out very gently, and then I just snip off the top, and as you can see, he's just fine. But of course, I've been doing this for a really long time, about 3 years, so it's good to have a vet show you how to do it if you're going to do it to your animal, and if you're not confident doing it, obviously get you know, somebody who is confident to do it, because you can actually really hurt your animal by clipping too much of their nail off. But because I know how, I just do it myself. Yes, that's fine. That's a very good baby boy. Yes, you do very good. So something I also forgot to mention when we were downstairs was what we feed him for food. So these are the Friskies pate little meals, I guess. He likes the chef's dinner and the whitefish and tuna variety of this. My dad used to feed the cats dry food, but what would happen is they would eat the dry food and then drink water, and then they would throw it up because it would expand in their stomach. So he had to change them to wet food, and he used to feed them this like President's Choice brand, I'm pretty sure. When I inherited them, I tried to switch them over to a more healthy food from the vet and stuff like that, but they wouldn't eat it. I tried mixing it, I tried everything, and they wouldn't eat it. So I just switched them to this Friskies brand. Is it the most healthy for them? No, of course not. It would be great if I could put them on, well, just him now, because he's the only one I have. It would be great if he would eat the food that's healthier for him, but he just doesn't do it. And because he's 15 years old, I'm like, you know, his blood work is fine. He's healthy. Oh, okay. And he seems to be doing well. The vet says that he has the blood work of like an 11 or 12-year-old, and he's 15. So I feel really good about that. And he seems to be happy. So I just let him stay on this food. The only other thing about Grunt is that he does have hypothyroidism. So he is healthy now because he's on medication, but his thyroid levels were quite a bit lower than they would like to see. Lower? Do you remember? Yeah, me either. So he's on medication for his hypothyroidism, but with the medication, they said he's going to be just fine. The only thing that the hypothyroidism made for him was he looked a little bit mangier, like his fur was greasy and he just looked so much older. He was eating more and losing weight, and so I brought him in, and it turns out that he had hypothyroidism, but he just takes 1 pill a day. I wrap it in these like greeny pill pockets, and he loves it. It's like his treat time. He meows at 10 o'clock when he knows that it's his treat time. So he's pretty happy with that. And other than that, you guys, that is basically everything there is to know about Grunt. If you guys have any more questions about him, let me know. I can try and answer them. Oh, you're blocking my mic, sir. Okay, you don't care. When I'm feeling sad, he comforts me, he makes me laugh, and I just love him like crazy, and I'm so grateful that that part of my dad lives on in my home with me. I'm gonna cry again, so I'm gonna end this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in the next one. Bye.